you are a fan of magic, mystery, coffee, and cozy food, then Dragon's Forge Cafe might just be your new favorite spot, tucked into a mystical corner of Lowe Mill. This themed cafe combines fantasy with flavor, and today they are showing us how they make their signature tavern stew. Guys, welcome to the show. I stepped out here into the TVL kitchen, and it already smells amazing, so I am super pumped. First, though, this is a signature dish of y'all's. Like, people come regularly just to try this out. Did you make this recipe yourself, Jenny?
I do, yeah. I've been making it. We've been open almost 5 years.
Okay.
We made it starting about the second year. So I've been making it every single week since.
And it's been a hit every week. And this is a labor of love. You're going to walk us through a little bit of it this morning. We start with some fresh ingredients. So tell me kind of what you put together and where we go from here.
So we, of course, have our trinity down here. We've got our onion, our celery, and our carrots pre-chopped. They don't have to be beautiful. I like that they're rustic personally.
Okay.
We've got our potatoes, which we usually peel, dice as well. But the star of the show for me, what makes this unique, is we take chuck roast and chop it up. Now, you can cut corners and buy pre-cut stew meat if you're busy.
Okay.
But the chuck roast is going to have that fat that you want.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it for this soup.
That's
we
when
also
it's good.
have red wine that goes in that deglazes the pan.
Oh,
so we're
my
going to do
word.
that here.
Jenny, this is fabulous. Okay, so we're going to work on browning that meat right here. Did you have quite a culinary background pre-opening the Dragon's Forge Cafe?
Funny enough, no, not really.
Yeah, but you just acquired this skill. And Bruce, I want to bring you in here as well because, again, this is kind of a themed fantasy type little spot. For people who haven't checked you guys out yet, tell me a little bit about how you came up with this idea and how, again, it's since been a fan favorite there in Lowe Mill.
When we first started, we used to work a lot of conventions.
Okay.
Jenny was an artist, and I would help her load and unload stuff at a lot of conventions. And we always thought it would be a cool thing to open up a fantasy coffee shop.
Love it. Is that how y'all met? They're married, by the way, I should stress. You guys are a husband and wife team. Did you meet at these conventions?
No, we actually met at a library.
Of course. That seems so on brand still in the same exact way. But again, Dragon Forge Cafe is now your main venture now. So Jenny, let's bring it back here. We got some garlic and butter just kind of heating up in our pan.
You got to start with that. Any good Southern dish starts with garlic and butter.
Thank you for saying what we all needed to be reminded of, Jenny. And you would know. You guys are both Alabama natives, we'll stress. Jenny from Mobile and Bruce from Birmingham, so they know how good food works here in this great state. All right, so we got our butter melted.
We got our butter melted.
And we're going to add this nice chuck.
Fatty chuck.
It is good. Yeah, the fat is really key. It adds a ton of flavor. And you said you make this every single week.
Every week.
Oh, my word. So it's safe to say you make one pot and then it does last kind of for several days for people who want to try it at home?
Okay. And it is, I didn't bring the soup pot, but this is also a great recipe too for us that don't like doing dishes.
Yes.
Because this is definitely something you can do in
It's
one
a one
go.
pot situation. All right, so again, we start kind of browning that meat in the butter and in the garlic. And while we do that too, Bruce, I also want to chat. You guys also, again, a coffee shop. You guys known for your brews and potions of sorts. Tell me what's kind of popular on the menu beverage-wise.
On our menu, we have our Golden Dragon, which is a vanilla latte.
Okay.
That one's one of my favorites. I mean, I like vanilla. But a fan favorite, I do believe, is one that we have, which is a Muddy Dragon, which is a mocha.
Okay, I was gonna say it sounds like a chocolatey situation. And again, we're seeing some pictures here. You guys also, again, cafe, you serve sandwiches, all kinds of, I think people might not realize, again, coffee shop, but also very much food items as well. Sometimes you go to a coffee shop and all they have is like a muffin, right? But you guys, again, can get full-on lunch items. So again, we're browning that meat. And of course, Jenny, once we do that, again, it's still cooking, obviously, but then I imagine you add the other things. We let it simmer, overheat.
We let it simmer. And with this too, you don't want to brown it all the way. See how it's just starting to get some color?
Yeah.
That's about where you want to stop this because you're going to cook it all together.
Okay, so not cook it fully, just while it's browning.
Just while it's browning.
Adding
and then we
add
our red wine in. Just want to make sure we get all that beef fat up in that.
So great. So we're still cooking this. Yeah. How long does this whole process take you usually since you make it once a week?
Well, I've cut it down, chopping everything because we feel like it's got to be a 30-gallon stock pot. It's pretty massive.
Yeah, wow.
Takes about an hour to butcher the meat every week and then cut all our veggies, and then about another hour and a half just to cook it down.
So if you have all the ingredients, you're looking about an hour and a half actual meal prep time per se, so long as everything's chopped and ready to go. So again, fun little weekend meal to try out. Of course, we'll stress you can always get it at Dragon Forge Cafe if you don't feel like cooking it yourself. But again, we've browned the meat, we've added our red wine. Just kind of, again, we know we might not be ready for it necessarily, Jamie, but what would we do next after? You just kind of add the other fixings?
Yep, we would go ahead and put our beef stock in. I like to go ahead and mix my seasonings in so that blends in extra spices in the beef stock. And then you'd add your veggies, peel your potatoes, add those in. And how you know it's done is your meat will be nice and tender, and then your carrots and potatoes will also be tender.
Okay, and again, kind of like an
About
hour
45
long.
to an hour, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, again, we'll stress you can try it, of course, at Dragon's Forge Cafe. Jenny makes it once a week, and it's a fan favorite. Bruce, tell us one more time where you guys are. Again, located there in Lowe Mill, but for people who want to come out, hours you're open. When can we come try this great dish?
Yeah, we are located at Lowe Mill, and we're on the second floor.
Awesome.
Next to door 30.
Perfect.
So you can actually park in the parking lot and you can walk around. There's a nice little garden area. They got a patio. You hit door 30 and you can hit the stairwell. If you can't hit the stairwell, they do have the elevators.
Okay.
You can hit that, hit the second floor and come across. And then
Open certain weekdays, maybe?
yeah, we keep the Lowe Mill hours.
Okay.
We're only open from 11 to 7, Wednesday through Saturday.
Wednesday through Saturday. So get it Saturday while you can, or then try to make it yourself maybe following Sunday. Well, we're going to continue to let this cook as we toss to another story. But guys, thank you so much for coming on. And again, we'll stress Dragon's Forge Cafe. You can try it there in Lowe Mill. And guys, keep what you're doing. This smells amazing, so I'm excited. Thank you.